Okay, I think I am done with the setup. We should be good to go now. Can't promise it'll be a long one, but we'll move over to here. Just pop this up over. Double checking a couple things. Yeah, I'm good. I hope everyone's having a good week so far. It is good to be back and going through with this. As it says in the description, I am continuing the 1,000 points within 20 days. I've kind of put it off a little bit, but I figured might as well continue it today, and it doesn't hurt to do that. So we're just going to work on doing these 5 assault intercessors, getting them. I think I'm just going to do the blue parts of their armor, get it to that regal blue that I want, and I want to do all 5 of them. If I have time also tonight, I'll start working on the orange on them as well, but I'm not too concerned. I won't be like my regular 3-hour streams I do, because I know I have to get up early in the morning and deal with weather is all I will say for it. But other than that, nah, happy to be here. I hope everyone else is having a good time, like I've already said. So I think this will be the brush I use. It's not the best brush, but I think to do the rough job I want to do, it should be fine. Okay. Get that all up on there. What's been new? I don't think I've had anything crazily new happen. Wow, that is a huge jump in color. Wonder if I should... It looks really thick too. Oh no. Wonder if I should mix it with a darker blue and go from there. I don't know. I'll see how it kind of turns out. Worst thing I do is I just repaint over it, which could be fine. I'm also kind of treating... I'm okay with this brush because I want to treat it a little bit like a dry brush while I'm going over this. So like wherever it's the brightest, that's fine. It'll be the highest color. And then whatever is still dark down below works as my little extra recesses. So I think that... Like I said, what's been new? Not a whole lot, I'm really gonna say. I've been... I don't know. When it gets to like colder time of year, I focus more on work than I'd really like to. I'm gonna dump out some of this water so it's not super... It might be a bit better now. Who knows? It looks very glossy. Oh, that's a pain on my finger. Been thinking about expanding some project stuff, because I know my main thing is I want to do other things than just painting and model making on the channel. I'd like to move back to the original focus of doing prop stuff, and there are some things I can do in the office here, but I don't have a shop space, and I'm trying to figure out where I can go for that. I have a spot, it's just I like to do the live streams and all that, and I don't have the setup to do a live stream, but talking with a few people and all that, and I might be able to set something up somewhere, and we'll have a couple, like, I guess, in-person streams, so not just hand cams, but like actually doing stuff for the Inquisitor cosplay and other little things like that. Yeah, what's some other ones? I think I'd like, it might be an odd stream, but I'd like to take one stream and kind of learn how to do, I kind of want to say programming, but I'm more thinking of like some CGI stuff. Or like, I guess animation? Is that kind of where I'm thinking? Not that I'm good at doing any of that, but I always think the best films that I've seen have always been ones that mix physical props and CGI together, and not just let it be like one thing over the other. There's a good blend of both, and that's what I want to do with one of, I guess, the streams, is figure out how to do more video Technic stuff and some of that other special end. It'd also be kind of cool to build like a big, or not a big monster, but like some monster parts on a stream. Like, I've been thinking about building a claw that can move and use it in like a little horror scene and all that. Or learning some like lighting stuff too. So, always could be fun and interesting. Never really know how they're all gonna pan out. Same focus on the model. I think Thing That Blue actually worked quite a bit. So it's definitely thin, but it's kind of doing what I hoped. These lights are not the best though for what I want to do. They're all set up in weird ways. Now I can kind of see a bit better. I guess the other newest thing is the crusade that I always talk about every stream at my local game store. I finally have a win under my belt. It wasn't just me though. We did a 2v2 game. So obviously I play Space Marines, and it was my Space Marines teamed up with the Guard. Initially the plan was to do, I'd have 1,500 points, my teammate had 1,500 points, and we're going to go against 3,000 points of Necrons. but another person that hasn't played in a bit, their opponent backed out, so they joined our game. So it was a Necron Thousand Suns versus Space Marines and Guard, and the Guard pulled, like, I don't feel like I did much of anything that entire game. The Guard did all the damn work in the mission, which it was awesome to, like, see someone experienced playing, kind of like how they treat their army. Like, watching someone else more experienced than me play is crazy. I like, if you get the opportunity to, like, have someone teach you or do a team game like that and just help guide you, teach you, all that, it's insane in my personal opinion. We kind of played a custom mission, so, or no, yeah, we did play a custom mission. The Necrons wanted to summon the Void Dragon, so our mission was to pretty much destroy the Void Dragon and make it so that, oh, if the Necrons want to use in the future, it has this debuff for, like, if they go against us, but if they win, the Necron gets a, or the Void Dragon gets a big buff to begin with. So, and of course, it can come back, like, when it gets destroyed. The biggest downfall for it is it couldn't move from its position, so it had to be center of the board and get shot at, and at most it had like a 12-inch range for a bunch of stuff. So it was difficult for the Necron, but there was a lot of infantry and stuff to deal through it. The Guard used their tanks to, like, blow up. They pretty much killed it at the end. I didn't do anything to the Void Dragon. I spent my entire time dealing with 1,000 Suns, like, giant warp beast. I kind of had a grudge against it because my first ever game was against 1,000 Suns. It was actually the same player too. So I'm like, oh, I'm here to get revenge. And literally, most of my army was dealing with just a massive warp spawn beast, and I couldn't spend a lot of time shooting at the Void Dragon. Although my two best-ish stuff to shoot at the Void Dragon did shoot at it, but I didn't really do any damage to it. I killed the giant warp beast with my single captain, which, for those that don't know, he's got a really good anti-monster and vehicle weapon on him, and he was able to single-handedly kill it. It was at 5 wounds, I will admit. My Dreadnought Big Jim took a hell of a beating dealing with that beast, because he wanted to kill it so bad. They did focus, the Thousand Suns did try to precision out my captain, but he just survived the whole thing. And I wasn't able to be effective as I really hoped. I thought I'd be able to deal a lot more, or do a lot more during the game, but I'm just happy I was able to tie up, like, a big beast from coming into the back line for the whole game and allow the Guard the opportunity to do what it need to do. So, all worked out. I got one more game in that Crusade, and then we're done with that one for the year, and I'm a little bit sad. I've been enjoying this so much, and I want to, like, continue and do another one. But I got one I'm doing personally with a buddy pretty soon. These, actually, kind of what I'm painting for, they will be dealing with chaos and all that. So it will, they'll get their time to shine. I'll have some more fun. We'll see how it goes. probably been a little bit thinner before I get too much more on, but... Wow, compared to like the other ones, that is a much brighter color. I like that. I like that a lot. Steal from my water. Yep. Okay. Think what else I got. So, oh, I need to find some other stuff. You know what? I keep saying it, but this week I'm actually gonna do some other painting than besides Warhammer stuff. I got a I plan on doing a Inquisitor cosplay, and I have like a Nerf gun that I primed black and I want to use for that. And I gotta find that, and I can paint that here on stream. So it'll be something a little more grim looking and not so clean. Which I think I have everything. Yeah, I have mostly outfit stuff done. It's just a lot of cosmetic. I haven't bought anything for that because I think like everyone in the world, money is a little bit tight, especially the holiday season. I haven't bought a single Christmas present for anybody yet, and I hate to admit it, I don't know if I'm actually going to. I feel bad because I like buying gifts for people and sharing. I don't know. Like when I buy a gift, I try to buy something that actually makes me think of the person, whether it's something I've talked to them about before or that reminds me of them. Some sort of way that like it's like some sort of connection I have with a person is how I look at it personally. So it's tough. It's just expensive. So it might be like, oh, January is when I start bringing presents around to people, but we'll see. We will see. Oh, jeez. Okay, I just realized chat's not appearing for anybody for some odd reason. Give me 1 second. Wow, I wasn't trying to ignore anybody. I thought I had it set up, but I guess I didn't. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna keep that right there. I don't know why it's doing something weird. I'm not gonna switch anything else. How's it going? Dead and Draws. I hope you're both doing well. Let's see. She's probably not here, but just finished painting my first set of Space Marines. It's my first time, and I'm pretty happy with it. Those are by the way. What's up, Hannibal? Good to see you here. Good to see you. Nothing is up too much. Just kind of rambling and talking to myself. Realizing chat wasn't appearing until I looked at the stream itself, and I was like, oh, it's not appearing. So, but no, I'm just rambling. Just being a rambling man. Enjoying my Wednesday. Dreading my Thursday. I mean, we're going to have a Thursday stream. That's the part I look forward to. I'm dreading waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go snow plowing. Which today won't be a long stream because I should get some sleep for that and feel somewhat well rested. And no, other than that, been talking, I don't know, been trying to talk business with my mother, I guess, or one of my bosses, and try to help diversify stuff, I guess I'll say. That one might be actually kind of how I want it to be. I think so. I don't know. It would. I'll be happy with 20. I mean, I'm sad 2025 is coming to an end, but I'm also going to be happy that it is coming to an end. Okay. Okay, we got that. It's kind of better. I kind of shocked that the year's coming, all that. I was just talking about that earlier. I don't know personally if I'm going to be able to this year because of like money and everything like that. I want to buy Christmas presents for people. That's not me trying to sound stingy and stuff. It's just like, oh, do I have the money to do it? And can I do it? I really also haven't done any Christmas shopping. I probably should this weekend, but I don't know. Everything that like people kind of want, it gets expensive, and I'm like, I'm not interested in getting people something expensive. Like I like when I shop for someone, it's something that made me think of them. I still do. I mean, I can spend a lot of money on presents for someone if I really want to, but like, how long is someone really going to use like some of the presents you get? I'm not trying to sound like a Grinch. I'm just thinking ahead. But I'm looking forward to Christmas. It is personally, it's my second favorite holiday. It's beaten up by Thanksgiving because I like food a lot more and all that, but I won't disagree. Christmas has some pretty sweet food as well. Mostly it's a lot more sweet than savory when I think of Christmas, and I was dealing with all that. But looking forward to it. Got to kind of figure some stuff out and go through from there. Trying to think what else I got. What else I could do? Trying to think if I could like kind of make anything. Also, I really haven't thought about myself for Christmas either. Ooh, nice. That's the one person I have trouble buying for. Like, it's my father. My mother gave me, or has something that she's willing to, like, split with me and my sister, and I'm interested. I think I have the money to split it. I mean, it's $70 a split. Yeah. Oh, I do feel a little bit... So, my work has a company Christmas party, which I'm not going to this year. It's always awkward because it's like, oh, it's my family, but they also invite other people that they know. So, like, coworkers and other people I know, but this year I'm going to another Christmas party. But anyway, I feel bad because, like, oh, this will be the first company Christmas party I won't go to, but I think it'll be for the best. And deal with that. Oh, I should find a sweater and we should build an ugly sweater on stream. That could be fun to do. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I want to do a Christmas theme for the little gecko here. Can I find a Santa hat? Hold on. We're going to find a Santa hat and throw it on the little guy. Let's see. Which one do we want to do? We'll do that one. Oh, I need something with a... We'll do this one. No, that won't work. I know it's odd, but I want to do it. I want to be in the Christmas spirit. We'll do this one. And then we're going to go to add image. Didn't they come up with an anime that's like based off of Santa? I think they did. Oh no, you are gotta be kidding me. That's terrible. There's an anime movie called Claws? Huh. I hate when you type in transparent, it's not actually transparent. Why is there a store to buy all these? And we'll do this one. No, that one doesn't look like it's transparent either. Wow. Do I need to literally draw myself a Santa hat? I'll have to check it out this year. I was thinking there's an actual one, like... Oh, there's an actual anime that's got... That's like, I don't know, some kid named Sanda, and another person stabs them and they become Santa. It's weird. I haven't watched it. Is this one? Oh my lord. Okay. Next stream, I'm giving myself a Santa hat. I am doing that, or do I do that now? Oh, that's annoying. Doesn't matter is the question. It matters to me because it bugs me right now, but it doesn't matter in the long run. Like, I don't think anyone here really cares if I have a Santa hat on or not. We'll just stay focused on what I was doing. Okay. Where was I? Oh, I see where I was. It's a weird one, but it might work. Yeah, screw it. We'll do that. And then properties, browse. It bugged me. I'm giving myself a hat. Not building anything in particular. Let's see. How's that? Enjoy the rest of your evening, Hannibal. I am going to spend too much time, I think, messing with this. Alright, just set that right there. There we go. Yeah. No. I gotta draw myself a Santa hat at some point. Oh, no, I'm... What the freak am I doing? Oh, there we go. Hey, we got a hat. We got a hat.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, Craig? I'm not building anything. I spent far too long trying to get a Santa hat on, and I am painting up some assault intercessors. Technically, they're part of a challenge I'm doing for myself, which is painting 1,000 points in Space Marines within 20 days. And this is day 9, I think. Either 9 or 10. I think I have it as 9 in the chat, but I feel like I am probably need to add a day to it. So that is what we are doing, or at least that's what I'm doing. And then trying to keep myself entertained as well, and plan out future streams and events and all that. But we'll see how that goes. But like I said, I won't be on very long either, just because I have to be up early as well. As much as I don't want to be, I'm always going to bitch and complain about it, and I do apologize for the language, but I don't like getting up early in the morning and dealing with... I just don't like getting up early in the morning in general. I think it usually takes me like an hour or so just to get up. Like, I know I'm awake within like 20 minutes, but I don't want to leave the bed for like at least an hour. That, I feel like a lot of people couldn't understand that. But all I'm trying to do is take this pretty poor basing brush and trying to use it like a mini dry brush kind of, and just add on a layer of Regal Blue. Just kind of brighten things up, because I have a layer that I have like Storm Fiend contrast as a base layer color. And then I'm just adding on a brighter one, and I don't know, kind of works for like highlights and shadows. I'm not too concerned on where light placement is right now, because I will just, I don't know, do it later, or when an edge highlight is when I'll think about it a bit more. Let's see, what else? Kind of sitting here thinking off the top of my head on just more projects. I sit here and I just make more and more ideas for myself, and I know I'm not going to complete even like a 16th of what I come up with. But I think it'd be kind of cool to do a chase scene. That I could work with like camera positioning and not need a whole lot for, and all that. Even though I still want to make stuff for it, there is some beginner things I could learn with that. Because I've been thinking about this one for a while. I think it'd be interesting to do, like, once I have that cosplay done, again, talking about the Inquisitor one, that I kind of take it and try to do like, have it chase down some sort of, like, hiver or ganger that I'm trying to, like, get information from. And then from there, I don't know, turns into shootout. That's as far as I've really gone with thoughts, but could be interesting. Or maybe I'm the one being chased, and that I have it, I'm being chased by some sort of like a Xenos or demon, which that crossed my mind. Because I really want to make, like, again, there was this Instagram channel I saw, and he made a puppet mostly out of wood and like wires and all that, and it's been in my head of like just doing an arm like that, almost kind of like, my thought that comes to mind is like Blair Witch. If anyone's seen the Blair Witch Project, on, you know, the costume or stuff like that just looks really cheap together, but with, like, you know, hiding it in the dark and shadows and never fully seeing the creature, you're able to, like, make it seem a lot bigger than what it actually is with less. I realize now, if I wanted to do this blue, I should have done this before adding the other colors on, because if I mess up and touch something that's not supposed to be that color, I'm gonna have to, like, go over it again. Okay, that's another battle brother of the colors I want to be. Hey Neil, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good evening so far. Well, or morning, wherever you're from. And that your week has been going good so far, and that you are just having a good day in general. Oh, nice. How is the line to paint so far? I want to paint him, but I haven't had the chance. Not that I haven't had the chance to yet. I don't think I'm good enough yet, is how I feel. Like, I want to paint him and make him look good. Because, I mean, it's the line. He deserves a good paint job, in my opinion. But that's for my army. Everyone else is different. I also hope university gets a little bit better for you, especially as, you know, once exams are done and all that, and you get to go on holiday vacation and, you know, just have some time off. Actually take a bit of a break. Oh, nice. That's what I've heard. I've heard it's not a fun time. Ooh. Yeah, that's a lot of cramming and all that. Well, I wish you the best of luck. I hope you're able to just sit here and veg out and chill. Never went to university. I've been kind of thinking about going to school. I don't know if I should or not. It is an expense, and like, I think I know what I'd want to go to school for. The issue is I want to go to school for it just because I want to learn this stuff, not that I would be able to do anything with it. That's always the tough part. Like, if you want to go to school for the hell of it, like, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, but it is an expensive thing. Yeah, I have an okay job, is what I would say. It's more for, like, I have an interest and a little bit of a passion into something, and I could learn more in school, but at the same time, everything I want to do, I can learn online or do myself, which is kind of why I have the channel here. I want to get into prop and video making properly. Which somehow that's developed into a Warhammer painting channel. But it's where I've gone, and that industry right now is not the best market-wise. But I just like to have some fun, and I like being creative and making stories. So it's an interest, but don't know if it'll be something I do schooling for. Clean this. Because I was just talking about earlier, like, a video idea film thing I've had for a while, and I always talk about like a cosplay I want to do, and I just haven't gone around to doing it yet. I keep putting it off. there is nothing wrong with trying to expand your army. I recently got all my models kind of organized to see like how many I have to paint and where I am. I'd say get both. Company Heroes, if you like a bunch of unique looking models and characters, I'd say go for them. But if you're playing a Dark Angels army, it doesn't hurt to have Outriders. I threw some in mine, actually, funny enough. I'm playing Dark Angels in a Crusade currently. I mean, I'm using my custom Space Marines, but I'm using them as Dark Angels, or running them with Dark Angel rules, and it's been really fun. Just because they're like with Outriders, they're considered Raven Wing at that point, and they can do a lot more with that tag on them than just being like mounted and all that. I want to use the Company Heroes. I haven't found the opportunity to yet, is how I see it. It's one of those like situational units. They're really good at like being an objective holder. Other than that, they're a little bit tough because they're just so many different guns. So it's like hard to pick what you'd have them go for. With that being said, I do plan on turning, because personally, I like Crusade. Crusade's been like my most favorite way of playing Warhammer now. I mean, if you want something to look at for your collection, I'd say get Company Heroes. If it's something to look at on your shelf, Company Heroes. But personally, both is also a good thing as well. If you got the money and stuff for it. I will say first, if you got the money. I wasn't planning on buying any models, but I realized I don't have as many tanks as I probably could. I mean, I got 3 Dreadnoughts already. A Land Raider Redeemer. A Gladiator Lancer, and a couple, and an Impulsor. But I don't really have any other like decent tanks, so I went and I got myself a Repulsor, the one that can move units and all that. So I got myself one of those. Oh, yeah, then definitely go for the Company Heroes. They're all relatively unique. I think there's a, I would call him a Intercessor Veteran. A guy with a big gun. I want to say he's in Gravis armor, but I don't think he is. And then there's an Ancient in that, and a Captain. Ancient Captain. veteran. Oh, there's a company champion as well, and a guy with a big heavy bolter. Yeah, that's what I was considering the veteran intercessor. He actually makes more sense. He is just a stern guard, huh? I got myself a set of company champions. I want to get another set, but I don't know what I'd paint them as. Like, I haven't painted as my first company guys, and I really don't want to do anything but first company for stuff like that. Yeah, I kind of actually want to get the company hero box just to take the parts from it and build like unique characters from it. I need to get some more paint on that because I am out on that, but I'm trying to use as much as I can in these spots. It's got a lot of nice bits. Like, using an example, the robot hand from the yeah, just the robot hand. Like, throw that on a couple models. Yeah, Sword Brethren is another one that's got a lot of good bits from what I've heard. I don't have any Sword Brethren. I would be tempted to buy one and use it for that. I'm also trying to think. Oh no, I'm thinking of a Crusader squad. A Crusader squad, I think you could take some models from it and kind of build some scouts out of it. They're not really scouts. I know they're neophytes. They're like underneath a battle brother, but they're above a scout. And that might be an interesting way of making some Space Marine scouts. Because they come with like the shotguns too. I have actually a box of those. And I was gonna try to kit bash them with like some intercessor parts or like the blood claws from the Space Wolves. And yeah, that wasn't going as well as I hoped. I actually should kind of continue building that Space Wolf box and find those Brethren as well. Or I mean Crusader squad. Okay. That's number 3. I am painting a 5-man squad of assault intercessors. They're kind of a part of a larger they're kind of a part of a challenge I'm doing where I'm trying to do 1,000 points of Space Marines within 20 days. So I have this 5, another 5 of assault intercessors to paint. Captain and Terminator armor, some Terminators, Eliminators, Redemptor Dreadnought, Gladius Lancer, and I think there's something else. Oh, and 3 Blade Guard vets. So that's roughly 1,000 points. And I was going to do that against a friend of mine that has a little bit over 1,000, and I was going to see which one did better. Which I think we're still going to paint that, but the list is kind of changed. Yeah, I might actually delete my list and like use these. I was looking through the Space Marine Crusade list stuff, and I want to, like, narrative wise take a lieutenant and build them into a captain, and like have them like pretty much turn him into the captain with Terminator armor, and have like the squad he's been leading the whole time kind of join him in becoming those models, which I think would be really cool to do. So I'm gonna, that's what I'm painting, and that's future plan stuff as well. I'm on day 9 out of the 20. I think the Dreadnought's already done being painted. I could probably do a little bit more on them, but yeah, that looks like a really cool model. I have a model that I'm gonna run as a lieutenant with combi weapon in the future games. I don't have it sitting out here. I put it away. But I took the librarian with Phobos armor, gave him 2 pistols, and took one of the swords from the Inner Circle Companion group. And that's my lieutenant with combi weapon. But yeah, that's... I don't know how much that model costs is like on its own, because it's not... I know that is something that you can buy separately, but they don't... Or do they only sell it in like certain bundles? I know it was with the initial Leviathan box that came out. Certain bundles, yeah. Wouldn't be surprised if it's like in the Vanguard box or something like that. Make you pay 170 for some like exclusive units, which that annoys me. Like, I want to get a suppression squad, but it's behind like the Vanguard box, and I'm like, I don't want the rest of the models in the box. I just want this, like the other guys. How's it going, Piano? I hope you're doing well this evening. Yeah, I mean, if he's $50, he's not far off from like what GW is charging their newest character models now. Try to clean that up. I think I gotta sit down and write down all my ideas I have. thank you, piano. I appreciate hearing that. Yeah, I'm still putting them together. I don't have as many fully finished as I'd like. As much as I planned on next year being a new army to build and paint, I think I'm still going to be doing Space Marines for a little while. There is a lot of Space Marines that I got to do. Yeah, I should buy things off of eBay or Amazon because it is cheaper. I just like walking into a physical store more. That's just how I feel. I like going and talking with the staff and with the people in there because you just kind of learn. You can pick things up from just chatting with people. No, I don't think anyone's like, you're not the only one. Like I mean, I am in Facebook groups too. Yeah, no, that's honestly like the best way to do it. And what army are you or what units are you gonna be painting the piano? Just if you got into Warhammer yesterday and all that. Yeah, it is weirdly expensive, this hobby. But no, going to like a physical store. I mean, do they get affected by that? Because they get made in the UK, but their main distributing like office is in the US, I think. Like they have a big like distributor off like place in the southern US. And I didn't think they were going to get affected that much by tariffs. You're painting white and purple aliens. Nice. Do you know the name of the faction that you're painting? Like, is it... I was gonna ask, is it Tyranids or is it Tau or Eldar? I didn't want to just assume it's Tyranid straight off the bat. I mean, you could also do orcs as well. They'd be very sneaky orcs. Yes, Tyranids, okay. Tyranids are some very fun models. I've painted a couple. I have enough models right now to do 1,000 points in Tyranids, which I'm trying to figure out like what I would make my next army being. I tempted to do guard just because I'm seeing so much in guard, but I could do Tyranids as well. Every time I see someone type orc, I always in my head speak it in an orc accent. You just gotta. You just have to do it. Oh, nice. They're so small and finicky, Tyranids, but they are satisfying to paint. Like, if you're not doing a too complex of a paint scheme, on the bigger models, I think they're a bit easier to paint, but smaller ones is when it gets a little bit more finicky for me. But they are fun either way. Oh, that might be a fun project. Okay. I know how I said I wanted to do like a puppet claw and that moves all that. I kind of want to do like a tyrannid claw. And have that all... That's what we're going to try making a tyrannid claw on chat. Or on stream one of these days. I think that will be a fun... like arm puppet thing to make. What's up, Nathan? I think that's how I say your name. I hope you're having a good evening so far. Oh, that's nice of him. Just got back from LGS. Oh, from your local game store. Got asked to host battle honors by the manager to help new players into the hobby. When you say battle owners, are you talking about like the book that those Warhammer stores like give you to like get into Warhammer? That's pretty cool if that is the case. Oh, that's cool. I remember being shown that book and then realizing how much I've actually like done in the hobby. That's very cool. Very, very, very cool. That is awesome to hear. I love seeing new people get into the hobby. Like, even for myself, trying to get people into the hobby is... It's fun when you can get someone in and that you can play games together and build these stories and all that. I gotta work on building a community and all that. At least where I am when it comes to this hobby. And there is one like not too far from me, so I do join that one. But I know there's like other places. You bought the monthly Warhammer #1? Is that like the magazine that they have and all that? Oh, you're painting that kit. Well, that's cool. Okay, I gotta remember these steps. I thought it would take me way longer to do all the painting, but I don't think it actually took me really took me that long. Oh, hello, Rory. Hello, Mr. Bean. How is Mr. Bean? My dog came busting in. He did not like the door being shut. No, it might be annoying, but I think I'm gonna stop stream at like 9 o'clock here for me, so I can get some rest and all that. But we'll see how tomorrow goes. If I'm lucky, tomorrow could also be an early stream. I could have made today an early stream, but I decided to kind of veg out a little bit before I popped on here. Is the magazine only sold for JP only? No? No, I was gonna say we get the magazine in the US as well. It's not something that I personally bought or got into. I mean, I bought a couple of them here and there when I think there's something cool in them. But I'm not like... It's not something I buy every week. I think... that is... Oh no, I got his arm. Also realized I can build terrain here on stream as well. I keep doing like painting streams, and I do want to branch out to other things. I still have that terrain board I haven't worked on in a while. I mean, there's not the whole board in here to work on that. It's kind of a pain, but I can definitely cut and build some pieces for it here. Oh, is that it? Was that the last guy that needed blue? Oh, dang, I'm moving to another color now. We are going to clean this brush as best as we can, because the other color I'm moving to next for these guys is orange, and that is quite a different color change compared to blue. Oh, shoot. That's so much orange. That was so much more than I need. Oh, that's such a big one. Oh. Oh. You guys can't really see it past the hat, but that huge little clump just squirted out of the bottle. It's fine. I'm overreacting. I'm gonna try and clean off this as much as possible. You know what? I just realized two of you have, like, almost the same position. Oh, you guys do? Okay. We're using this one just to cover the pauldron and any other larger parts that I can. It is going to be difficult getting it layered up properly. It's going to be a lot of just doing the same color over and over and over again. Yeah, I think they make, or I understand that sometimes my eyes have a hard time looking at the colors as well, or I have to, like, zoom in on myself physically to see things. I know they can make glasses that can actually, magnify what you're doing, and I used them once or twice. I don't know where they are anymore. But I used to use them on, like, really small detail stuff like the eyes and all that. So that can be something that helps. But everyone's different. Hey, as long as you are enjoying it, then that's all that matters. It's all that matters. I'm actually trying very hard right now not to spread the orange too far on other things. And with that, because I really don't want to touch up what I already did. that is getting close to the color I want to be. I've been kind of winging it. I think I need to write a schedule down for like what I need to do week by week. And plan out my streams and other things that I used to. And then I think I went on vacation. I just stopped doing it at that point. But I gotta do that again. Actually help get some of these other projects listed and moving forward on some stuff. Ooh, Krieg are fun. I have a bunch of Krieg models that I want to paint up as well. Or build and paint up. They got a cool aesthetic, although I think I'll do them as Valhallans personally. I like Valhallans a little bit more. But that's just from the Kaivis Kane books. Which, if you haven't, I would recommend reading the Kaivis Kane books if you want something that's a little bit more upbeaty, not that it doesn't have its grimdark moments. It definitely has. Yes. They have that World War I aesthetic. There's another one that has that's World War I aesthetic as well, but they mostly fight orcs, I believe. Yeah, the military aesthetic is very nice. Very nice. Okay, bud. Let's get all these base bits on. I'm going to have to go in with another brush and just touch up the darker spots. Don't want it too thick. For those that are curious on what I'm kind of doing, I'm trying to build up the orange to a smooth base layer mostly. So trying to cover up as much of the darker orange that shows up underneath, so that when I go and do the next lighter one, it's a lot more smoother of a color transition look. Ideally, what I should have done in the past with these, and I realize that now, is I should have painted these pink and then done that smooth layer and then gone in with an orange contrast or a yellow color, and that would have given me my more orange color with that. But I'm still going to be doing this one, and I am going to go in with another brush and get in like the parts this brush just cannot do. It's going to like touch so much that it's going to pretty much touch parts that I would have to repaint, and I don't want to do that. It's not the best brush for the current job I'm trying to do, but it's doing a job. And I do have plenty of other ones. All these brushes are cleaned and all that, so not too concerned with all that. It'll definitely be fun to paint the chapter symbol on. I still haven't done that. I haven't actually sat down and like designed their chapter symbol yet. Because for those that don't know, this is a custom Space Marine chapter that I'm painting. They're actually my custom chapter. I didn't realize till after the fact that their homeworld is similar to another Space Marines chapter, which I think is the Blood Terrors. I was talking with someone, and they're like talking. I was telling them about my chapter, and like, oh, that sounds very similar to like the Blood Terrors. Like they have this, and I'm like, oh, I never knew about them. They're a Blood Angels successor chapter. I'm not the biggest fan of Blood Angels. There's a couple chapters I do like. The Blood Angels are cool. I think all the Space Marine chapters are cool. I just wanted my own weird little flavor. Anyway, my guys, their homeworld is pretty much Jurassic Park and the first Jurassic Park movie and the second one, and like Walking with Dinosaurs and Monster Hunter all combined into one. Like the lore is back during the dark age of technology. Someone wanted to make a planet that would just have been the Jurassic Park planet. Come here, see these massive, crazy creatures, and it was just a giant national zoo park thing. And then over time, the planet uses the flora and fauna as a natural immune system, and every once in a while the system can get hit with warp storms that cut it off from the rest of the galaxy. And this is the whole system in general, but this particular planet that these guys are from get bombarded the hardest by this stuff, so the planet just built a immune system to combat anything. Just like how Catachan, its flora and fauna are super dangerous and all that stuff. It's that same idea. So, okay, the Emperor's Great Crusade comes out to this planet at some point and refines it, all that stuff. And nothing really too big happens with it. It's just ignored. And then during the Ultima Founding is when my chapter's thought to be kind of like made, but not really sure when it was. And of course, they're on the planet, and they try to settle it, but any large settlements get attacked and destroyed very quickly by the planet. So a lot of smaller tribes that move around and live like on the planet, but the main like hive city, it's like a small hive city, and honestly is mostly underground in a giant cave system. So like 1/8 to like 1/4 of the city is above the surface on like a cliff face that is literally just the entrance to a cave system down below. And the chapter's monastery sits at the top of this cave. So that's their homeworld. They're a mixed gene seed chapter. And I really just combined my like 4 favorite original legions together to make this chapter. I'm pulling small things from each one. I'm not like throwing everything together, but I'm using ideas from these other ones to build this chapter. So the main inspirations are Dark Angels and Salamanders are the main inspiration, and a lot of their mutations I'm pulling from Salamanders and Space Wolves, and their personality is from Iron Warriors, Dark Angels, and Salamanders, which is a weird combination. It's weird, but their stubbornness to never really give up and keep trying over and over again is what I'm mostly pulling from the Iron Warriors, especially on their home planet. They always keep trying to make a new settlement somewhere else over and over again, and the planet just keeps fighting the back, and they'll keep trying. They'll keep trying. I also decided that because of I gotta research warp storms and space hulks a little bit more, but they have a few space hulks that have entered in their system, and the system spends most of its time mining out the space hulks to send material back to the Imperium. Of course, space hulks are filled with all sort of nasty creatures, so in order to train themselves in space warfare and dealing with many other opponents, the chapter will send people off to go and fight in these space hulks. And I'm going to be making a narrative campaign around this idea for one of the or for a game with a friend. He plays Chaos, so figured he's a warband trying to mostly resupply off of one of these space hulks, and we're initially there to start clearing it out, or at least some parts make it clear, to start mining and excavating it, and it just seems to be like, oh, there's chaos here, and it's going to develop into a larger thing. We'll see how it goes in the long run, though. I'm excited, and I've been just thinking more and more on it. So that's where most of my creativity has been kind of going, is into adding in lore and all that stuff for the chapter, and thinking of like what I want the next steps for these guys to be. Because I want to use these guys for like years and years to continue. So I will have these cool and awesome characters over time. But, you know, I'm just starting out. And I'm trying to plan out their future a little bit, the best I can. Who knows if I will be successful or not. Okay, the last dude, and then I gotta switch brushes. Okay. I gotta like come up with a bunch of better names. I have some of these squads named, but they're not as good as I think they could be. Like, I'm looking at these guys, and I don't remember what I named them, but I don't think it's like Assault Squad something, and I don't think it's as good as I want it to be. I should look up like some dino names and stuff and use those as that, or some Monster Hunter names, because that is another thing. Actually, I named the lieutenant after like my favorite monster from Monster Hunter, and not the full name. I took like the beginning part of it. I might tweak it a little bit. I mean, even for my first company captain, I pulled from the Dino inspiration. I called him. His name is Draco Rex, which that is one of my top 5 favorite dinos. It's a part of the Pachycephalosaurus family, I believe, and it's... Oh, what's the name of the monster? Lagiacris, and I took the first part, so his name is Lagaia. I think. I'll double check. I think his name is Lagaia. If not, I'm going to change it to Lagaia. It is Oh yeah, I have like Assault Squad Rex. I might keep the Rex one, I don't know. Yeah, I did name him. It's Lieutenant Lagaya is what I have him currently named as. Which I do like that name. What's up, Mr. Commentator? I hope you're doing well this evening. Ooh, Iceborne, it was so much fun for me. I gotta finish Iceborne at some point. Oh! And I'm gonna admit, I'm very upset that I can't play Monster Hunter World on my PC. I don't know why. My PC... The game crashes on my PC. Any sort of way to fix it, it's confusing as all heck to try and figure out why it's crashing. But Wilds is so... Iceborne was so much fun. I loved all the monsters. Actually, one of my new favorite monsters from that, which is the Glavenus, comes from Iceborne. I love its variant more than I love the original. Oh! I always talk about at some point doing like a community day stream here. It's either between doing Dispatch, Space Marine 2, or Monster Hunter for like the community day stream. And sorry, you got me thinking back on so many good memories with that game. Because before I tried like Generations, and I didn't enjoy Generations. And then I played like Worlds, and Worlds just clicked for me. It just clicked. And then I went back and I played Generations again, and I enjoyed it. So it was something about just Worlds made it more fun. Yeah. I forget where I am. I don't even think I beat Iceborne yet. I still got to do some, like, more stuff to get to the end. Crap. Sorry, I was checking out someone's channel in chat, and that's some pretty good looking models right there, I will say. I should pull out my DS and finish Generations. I think there's two monsters from Generations I really want to fight. I've already fought one from Worlds, which is the Glavenus, and the other one is the flying guy. I think they came out in 4 Ultimate or something like that. Like there was 4 flagship monsters. And it was like Glavenus, a Mammoth, a Water Weasel, and a Thunder Wyvern. What's up, Razzie? I hope you're doing well this evening. You just popped into me gushing about Monster Hunter and how much I enjoyed Worlds. Oh, you popped in, Razzie. Now you got me thinking. Another fucking cosplay thing that I can do. I could try and make some stuff from Monster Hunter. Yeah, I could look it up and find out, but dude, I want to make so much shit now. I need the space. Sorry, I'm getting so frustrated. I'm getting frustrated out of excitement to do more stuff. Yes, I do. I do want to make Monster Hunter cosplay. If I had to pick one, it would be Azora Rathalos is like one I would love to make. Oh, I love that armor. Besides my current set, that's what I used was Azora Rathalos as my like armor set for a while. It's such a good armor set. At least looks wise. I don't care about stats. When it comes to me, it's not about stats when it comes to armor, it's about what it looks like. And if an armor has a good aesthetic, I love it. So I am not to get anyone's hopes up, not to get my hopes up either. I'm talking with my boss or bosses. Oh, that sucks to hear. I know how that feels. I haven't had to have a vet come out of my chickens yet, but that's also I'm desensitized to it. When your birds get sick, it spreads fast, and it's not a good thing. Oh, I can't. This will sucks. You guys are joining, and I'm probably gonna end like soon because I gotta be up at 3 o'clock tomorrow. I will have a stream tomorrow. If I'm lucky, it's sooner, but at earliest I'm gonna do is one at 7. I'm not ending right now. I'm just throwing it out there for everyone that's there. You were beyond. Oh. And it's expensive too, and they're birds. For me, I'm getting a bit off topic. I'm going to finish this topic, and then I'm going to go back to my original topic. For me, I've become to the point of like, if they die, they die. I don't want the animal to die, but is their cost for what I have worth getting them checked on and stuff? Most of the time, I'm like, yes, I'll go get them checked up, or I do the research myself into what they are sick with, and I try to do it myself. A lot of animals I've lost to have been from predation or weather. So I'm able to fix some of it, but it does take time with that. What is water belly? Oh, okay. You got me curious. I'm going to look that up real quick. I apologize, people, but I'm curious what this is. What is water belly in chickens? Water belly or something in chickens is a condition where fluid builds up in the abdominal cavity, often due to heart failure or rapid growth. Broiler birds, so meat birds, can get this. Poor oxygen or genetics making the belly swollen and squishy. It's caused by the heart struggling to pump blood, leading to fluid leakage from the liver into the body. Symptoms include labored breathing, lethargic, or being lethargic, and a distended belly. And while it's often incurable, fluid can be drained periodically to provide temporary relief throughout the underlying issue. Okay. There. That is our random facts for the day. Yeah, that's kind of what I just read from, was some of the reasons for that. Okay. Going back a few steps onto a different topic before I got into this. So the internet that I use is Starlink. And my bosses, one of them is thinking about getting Wi-Fi into the building that we're rebuilding. Or at least our storefront that we are rebuilding. And I offered, hey, if you want, I can order a Starlink satellite through my subscription if you want to pay me like money to have you guys rent it and use it and all that. Because then they'll be able to set up and not have to worry about, you know, some things here and there. And then it would allow me, because we have an enclosed building that is being used as like a temporary garage workshop, that I would be able to do some of these larger projects that I want to do. And I'd like to stream them there. So if I get a laptop and like a mobile mic and maybe other couple cameras, which I might throw that in for Christmas stuff. Because I will admit, I'm only saying this to my bosses because my bosses are also my parents. Like, I work for my mother and father in their business, and that's the only reason why I'm, like, throwing this out there to my bosses. So, we might have an area to be able to do some larger projects. Because for those that were here in the past, I've tried doing a stream where I was working on a kill team / combat patrol board, and it was on a piece of plywood, and it took up so much room in my office. Like, it took up literally half the room, and it was inconvenient to like do any big projects here. Like, this takes up half my current desk, and my desk is a folding table. So if we have the room to do larger stuff, we can then start doing some cooler things. Not that I still wouldn't do things here in the office and on the desktop, but it just would open up some new opportunities. So that's what I'm trying to think and work on. I literally just thought of it yesterday, so I'm still kind of like looking into it, and we're gonna see how it goes. But I think it will be exciting and good to do some of this stuff. The hardest thing for me is going to be keeping the space clean, just because other people use it and all that. I'm not... My workspace, it's a disorganized... It's ordered chaos, is how I would say. Things are in their place, and if they stay there, I know they're there. If I would need them, I can find them and get them. So that is some big plan stuff I have, at least. What time is it? Now 5. Oh. I would be interested in seeing anyone's setup when it comes to painting or doing hobbies and stuff. That's why I have the Discord. The Discord is a place for people to show off whatever they want to show off with. Which, for those that don't know, I have a Discord in the channel description. The link should work. Ooh, that's not a bad idea. I'll have to take a picture of my setup and... I will take a picture of my setup at some point, either after stream or tomorrow, and I will show everyone what my current space is like. I had a larger, more organized space at one point, but oh, you even have a spray booth made from a candy display that you got from family videos. Oh, when you say spray, you mean like spray cans and stuff like that. That's the thing I gotta look into, is like making a spray booth for myself. Because I will say, the workshop's gonna be cold. So like doing some painting in there, like this type of painting is not doable, I'll say. But could definitely do some like larger spray painting and all that. Oh, actually, I think I could. I'm going to have to talk, but I might be able to set up some shelving units in there, because I bought, like when I first moved into an apartment, I bought some metal shelving units. I did store food on them, but they're like... Okay. Yeah. See, you talking about Razzie gets me excited and has ideas flowing in my head on what I want to try doing now. And this is why I stream, because sometimes ideas get bounced back and forth, and I can come up with something new, or I learn something new from other people here. I'm gonna do just a couple more things, and then I really do have to kind of go. As much as I hate it, I'd love to do my normal 3-hour stuff, but weather's not on my side. We're getting like 3 to 5 inches of snow, and it ends at like midnight, and my boss told me that, hey, I'll call you at 3 o'clock in the morning, we're gonna go snow plowing. I'm like, yay. That's exactly what I want to hear. I do like where I live. Like, I know I speak negatively of the colder seasons, but it's just because it's cold. I do like where I live. Wall mounts or wheels are your best friends. Okay. Noted. No, a tid. I don't know. Would I take freezing rain over snow? think I would. I mean, kind of. It is just sitting in a sander, though, at that point. Trying to spread sand, but who knows. You're going to notice here is I will bitch and complain about anything, but I just need a place to vent about it. There's not much I can do physically about all this stuff. I don't disagree that it sucks because it makes the road really dangerous and unsafe for anyone to drive on and all that. So I'm not disking that freezing rain isn't a hazard in itself. I'm just thinking like, oh, what's something I'd rather deal with work-wise, I guess. Okay, I actually need to push off. That's just a bit of dirt. That might be just some stuff there. Okay, anywhere else that needs to be kind of touched up a little bit here. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, when it does freeze rain, the trees bend and, like, can break and snap. Oh, there was 1 year. I think it was 2 years ago. No, that was mostly from snow. It wasn't from freezing rain, but we had some... We had a lot of tree damage in a few places just from, like, the winter and all that. Okay. Okay, buddy. Well, there is one last little bit of orange I can do on you. We are going to give you your marking. So for those that don't know, I don't do regular, like, sergeant markings. Because they come from a primal world, I like to do scars. Or, yeah, pretty much just scars. Like a line on the helmet. Also on their legs, I will do it as well to mark what company they're from. But for sergeants, they get an orange line if they're from 2nd company down to 10th. They get an orange line across their helmets to just mark them as the leader of their squad. I like doing the unique stuff like that. And then, I believe Lieutenant gets a black line on the other side. And then, I gotta see what a captain gets. Because I did mark that on a piece of paper somewhere. But yeah. How would it look? Yes. I'm gonna zoom it in and then, darn. Can you guys see it? No, you can't. It's too dark. Okay. There we go. Focus. You can kind of see it. I understand the shadow gets really hard, but you can kind of see the orange line, and then you can see it down on the cheek. That's what I wanted to show. And that is where I'm going to call it here for the night, because I need to get some sleep to do with tomorrow. But I will be back here tomorrow, and I will find the stuff to actually start working on some prop stuff. But if we don't do that, yeah, I realize now that the skull emblem on top of the head is for Sergeant and stuff like that, but yeah. But yeah, tomorrow might be an early stream, but I will do a 7 o'clock like normal. And I'm going to do my little spiel for all those that stick around. If you like what you see here and you want to be part of the community, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. And also check out the Discord down below. The Discord, like I was saying earlier, is a place that you can go and share any of your hobbies and all that stuff. Actually, I'm going to switch to the very last song. I always forget to do that. Thank you, Commander. I appreciate that. Yeah. If you also want to support the channel, see things, you know, grow, become bigger, all that means like better equipment, editors, stuff like that for videos. I do have a Ko-Fi account that you can donate to, and that. But with that all being said, you don't have to do that. Just having you here, chatting, hanging out, being a part of the community is more than enough. So, I want you to go out there and make something awesome. I know you will.